Africa, a continent that for centuries has intrigued the imagination of those outside and has inspired love and awe from those within. A continent that could swallow up all of Europe, the United States, India, China, Brazil, and Argentina, and still have room to spare. The population of Africa is expanding more rapidly than any other continent in the world. Yet even more remarkable is the growth of the African church. Sub-Saharan Africa is now teeming with over 500 million Christians. Nigeria is overwhelmingly the most populous country in Africa, with 160 million people crowded into its borders. All roads in Nigeria lead to Lagos, a city of 18 million destined to become the most populous city on earth within the next 50 years. It is right here in Lagos that God has raised up a vital center for leadership training for the church. The need for a training center such as WATS is enormous. Nowhere in the world has the church grown as rapidly over the past 50 years as in Africa, leaving over 80% of African churches with totally untrained pastors. That is why West Africa Theological Seminary focuses squarely on the two greatest needs of the church in Africa: the development of leadership and the discipleship of believers. About one half of WATS students are undergraduates, enrolled for Bachelor of Arts degrees in affiliation with the University of Nigeria. The other half are enrolled in one of 5 master's programs, or in our new Doctor of Ministry program. West Africa Theological Seminary has a very focused mission: to train men and women for holy living, carrying the gospel to the unreached.
We exist as a seminary to carry the gospel to the unreached, and that includes the Muslim world.
We have in the class a mix of truly an international team. I think that to be able to have that in one location is great.
I'm always interacting with a lot of people who still speak about years later, talk about their experiences in class. So I think when a class experience stays with you years after, then that's really good.
What an incredibly exciting day you and I live in for the spread of the gospel around the world. I'm grateful that God has given to West Africa Theological Seminary a very important role to play in that. You know, the Holy Spirit is moving all across sub-Saharan Africa as never before. And over the 30-plus years that I've worked here in Africa with my Christian brothers and sisters, I can say that I'm among some of the finest people on the face of the earth. Bible Christianity may be in decline in some other areas of the world, but I can assure you that the church in Africa is growing like never before. And I believe that as you and I work together with them in their 2 areas of need, the training of great leadership and the discipling of believers, that we can together hit the nail on the head as never before for King Jesus.